How you feeling, yo? You stay popping up in here, man. Hey, I appreciate your presence. Supreme Rise and Beloved, young creator, big bruh, sir, respect. Peace to the gods, man. You feel me? Three is free, y'all. Three is free. That's good, man. I'm glad everything is good on this chance and opportunity for everybody, man. We're gonna let the room build and we're gonna get into a little download today. I'm in the garden right now. You see? I'm in the garden right now. Oh, look, right here. Bug up, little pepper. Hold on, you see? Little pepper right here in the garden. Kevin, what up? Pretty Pisces, what's good, Reflection? Sexy KK, what's good? Peace of the gods and the goddesses. Y'all come through. Damn, my phone on 24%. Too unbothered. Bay. Bitch right there. It feel good out here right now. Oh yeah, I wanted to show y'all something too. Look, cause I was walking through the garden earlier, and I'm like, damn, my phone dying fast. But I'm like, damn. I'm looking at the fruit, and I was watching a download by Chief the other day, and he had said something very profound, very profound. And I'm looking at the garden, and it just starts sparking all type of shit in me. And I'm looking at this, like, come check this out with me real quick. Oh yeah, and y'all ain't know, right? Hold on, let me show y'all. These niggas got goats out here, y'all. You feel me? This is so symbolic. And I'm going through my Saturn return, and there's some goats right here. They represent Saturn. But look, I want to show y'all something real quick. Let me hop on the other side of the garden. What y'all see these? These eggplants are growing. You feel me? There's some more. You see? Some eggplants growing. Now look, you see how all of these fruits, even these peppers, you see how all those peppers are connected to the tree? It's connected to the plant. It's connected to the vine. It's connected to its source so that it can sustain itself. Now look, let me show you something. Let me show you what happens to fruit. Let me show you what happens when it disconnects from its source. When it disconnects from the source that's sustaining its life. Right? And if y'all ever garden, make sure y'all go compost and put y'all compost up. But you see, this is what happens to fruit or to energy that disconnects from its source. This is what happens. It starts to become rotten. You see what I'm saying? And that was so symbolic for me because I'm like, damn, we think about death and what death is, but death is not what we think it is. That's going to be fire fertilizer, right? But death is not what we think it is. It's just a transformation. And nothing is lost. All is transformed, right? Just how you just seen a compost, when that fruit disconnected from its source, what did it do? We composted it. We're utilizing it as another energy source to perpetuate the garden, to fuel the other fruit and vegetables inside the garden. You feel me? No, we don't make honey. But you see what I'm saying? And this is how life works. Nothing is lost. All is transformed. You feel me? And then nothing can die because nothing exists outside of you. And that's what I wanted to talk to you all about today, was nothing being outside of you. Is that you have never experienced the outside world. None of us has ever experienced the external world because we live inside of our own mind. That's the holographic nature of reality, right? So when I mention the fruit disconnected from the tree, That was symbolic for human beings disconnecting from our source, from our tree, right? Because we live within the illusion of the holographic reality, right? Reality is holographic, and we've been living in an illusion. We've been disconnected from our source. And what happens? We've been spoiled. We go bad. We started going our lower self, and our energy is being utilized for another form, but it's in a lower form. It's in a lower state. And we have to understand that what's allowing us to disconnect from our source is misinformation. It's misinformation. Misinformation is what disables you from connecting with God. The sun is the vital force for all life. You need the sun. You need the sun. What happens when a human being disconnects from the sun? It becomes cancer. And guess what? Cancer is consciousness going against itself, like Chief teaches us. And human beings, we were born and we portaled in as cancer cells, disconnected from our source. And we are only consciousness. We are all mental. We are all is mind, all is mental. And we've been disconnected from our root through white supremacy. Through white supremacy. So we are the cancer cell, the conscious. Remember, we're neuron cells inside the mind of God. So that means we're conscious cells. What distinguishes us from all the other animals is that we have the ability to think and critically think for ourselves and to have so-called free will. But free will is not free because it costs you, especially if you're out of alignment with nature. But we're conscious beings. But when you begin to become unconscious, a cancer cell is an unconscious cell that forgets what it is, that lives as if it's not connected to something greater than itself. And this is how humanity is living. And this is why we're in a position that we're in. You follow me? This is why we're in a position that we're in. Because we steady thinking that it's something outside of us and trying to live in the external world, but forget that the whole time the external is a projection of our internal world. And in order for you to understand reality, you have to understand yourself. You got to understand the objective nature of what you are. You got to understand your source because you are your source. We are all a part of the source. We are all a part of nature. But what part of nature are you? What part of the DNA of God are you? Which gene are you? And that's why Chief teaches us to study astrology, study your program so that you can understand how to connect back to your source. Because the kingdom of God is within you. We are all fractal pieces of God. And if you know yourself, then you'll enter the kingdom of God, which is within you. But you can't do that without the right information. You can't do that without being connected to what is. And it's funny because a cancer cell is unaware. A cancer cell is unconscious that it's a cell and it has a specific function amongst a collection of other cells and that it's supposed to carry out a duty. Human beings have a duty. We forgot that we're supposed to be carrying out functions and duties to ensure that the earth is able to sustain our lives. But we play as a malignant cell that just do what it want to do. They just do what they want to do. You said enlighten us with this poverty hood classics. Hey man, poverty is a mindset. You see, it's that thinking right there that disconnects you from your source. You see what I'm saying? It's all perspective. It's all perspective. But guess what? Your ability to be aware as a cell, your ability to be aware of yourself is predetermined by your melanin. How much melanin do you have? Remember, like Chief teaches, melanin is intelligence. How intelligent are you? Not how dark are you, but how intelligent are you? All is mental. That's the holographic nature of reality. How much neuromelanin do you have? Do you have the correct astrological placements and planetary alignments consciously for you to be in tune with God? Do you know that? This is the things that we should know. These are the things that we should know. Your quality and content of melanin is going to determine your ability to be aware of your reality. So you have to study melanin. You have to understand melanin. Melanin is what's powering the quantum field, because the quantum field is melanin. The universe is melanin. That dark matter, that void that they talk about is melanin. And melanin in the universe is a macrocosm. And on Earth, inside of human beings, is biological living light. It's a microcosm. And it's the universe communicating with itself. So the quality and the amount of melanin that you have in your skin pigment, in your eyes, in your hair, in your brain, in your inside of your nervous system is going to determine the quality and the experience that you are able to be aware of within reality. So this is why it's important for you to study melanin and study astrology, study the 5 sciences, because you want to stay connected to your source. And you don't want to live in an illusion. You don't want to live in deception where you're deceiving yourself and putting yourself in your lower self. You don't want to walk around unconscious. We are in the age of enlightenment. We don't have time to be unconscious. You feel me? We're at spiritual warfare right now. You're at war with yourself. You're at war with the part of you that wants to go to sleep and that wants to be comfortable and go with the status quo and shuck and drive in the system and be along with Babylon. That part of you got to go. That part of us got to level up. And this is the time. But you want to make sure that you studying your melanin. And matter of fact, it's interesting because while I'm on melanin, we have to understand how melanin is even produced. Yet alone understand why we are melanated or darker pigmented. We got to understand where melanin come from. And I hear a lot of people talk about the pineal gland. But Chief already broke this down for us. Broke this down to us. The pineal gland. The master gland of the human avatar, of the human body, is called the... I ain't even about to say it. Who in here know it? Who in here knows what the master gland of the human body is? Let me see how many people in here are smart. What is the master gland of the human avatar? And shout out to everybody in the room, y'all. You feel me? Donate, don't hate. Who intelligent in the room that can answer this question? What is the master gland of the human body? But you can look it up, one love. And peace to you. Good to see you again. You can go look it up. I can give you all a few seconds. Everybody got a computer in their hand. You can go look it up. You ain't got to guess. You don't got to pretend, none of that. You can go simply go do a objective search. You said I said it the other day. You remember? I'm going to give y'all a few more seconds. The master gland of the human body, of the human avatar, is called the pituitary gland. Now, it's been grace that Chief has taught us this, because science today don't teach us this often, if not at all. They don't teach us too much about the pituitary gland. They teach us about the pineal gland, and that the pineal gland is the seat of the soul, and that the pineal gland is regulating everything and is the seat of consciousness. But they forget that, remember, the quantum field, exactly, the quantum field, the darkness, that dark matter, that melanated void that they talk about. Your pituitary gland is what's allowing you to produce a hormone. It's a hormone called MSH that allows your body to produce a cell called melanocytes. Melanocytes are mature pigment skin cells that give you your pigment. It's what's giving you your pigment in your skin. So the pituitary gland is something very, very important that we should be understanding and talking about, because it's what's producing the hormones in your body, like Chief teaches us, right? Listen to the word hormones. What do you hear? Hormones, hormones, harmony, hormones, harmony. Your hormones, your endocrine system is what's regulating the hormones and the vibration of your body. So the pituitary gland is important because it's producing melanin in your body, and melanin is the universe. And the more melanin you have, the cleaner it is, the more connected it is to nature, the better you eat, the healthier environment it's around, The best sunlight, the better sunlight you are getting, the better sunlight your melanin is getting, the more connected you are to God, and the heightened your experience will be in your reality. But they don't teach us about the pituitary gland. They only talk about the pineal gland. The pituitary gland is the master gland of the body because it regulates and controls all the hormone activities. You feel me? And guess what? In order for your pituitary gland to produce that hormone, which is called MSH, MSH is melanocyte stimulating hormone. In order for your pituitary gland to produce that hormone so that your body can vibrate at this skin tone or whatever skin tone that you are at, for your eyes to vibrate at the pigment that is at, for your hair to vibrate at the pigment that is at, it needs sunlight. It needs UVB. And guess what? This is why cancer is consciousness going against itself, because human beings are cells and we are living in a simulated environment, in an unnatural environment where we're not getting natural sunlight, which we need UVB, which is going to help our pituitary gland produce MSH in our bodies to produce melanin, which is going to make us a super semiconductor for our environment and connectors or antennas for God, to God. And this is what makes us cancers, because we have misinformation. The cancer is running off of misinformation. Cancer cells are not running off the original or organic information that the other immune system cells are running off of. They're running off of corrupted data, corrupted information or intelligence that's making them steal information and steal blood supply, steal oxygen or consciousness, information from the other cells to destroy the body, to destroy the host. This is what we are doing as human beings or as cells in the body of God. We are destroying the planet. We are destroying our own body. And remember, you've never seen the outside of you because you're living inside. You think that we're outside. You think that, oh, I'm outside. I'm frolicking. I'm frolicking. You think I'm outside, but I'm not outside. I'm inside. We are inside our mind. Like, check this out. Everything on the earth, biologically, we get into the 5 sciences, like Chief teaches us. Everything on the earth is made up out of cells. Everything. From this pepper to this pepper to this leaf to this wood to the pants I got on, the shoes. Everything is made out of cells, y'all. Everything. Appreciate that, God. Appreciate that reflection. Everything is made up out of cells. Appreciate that, God. Appreciate the love, y'all. So listen, everything is made out of cells, man. Everything. From the animal that you see, from the hat, everything. Hold on, y'all. My thought coming back. What was the last thing I said? No, 3 is free. Who know the last thing I said? Cleo, what's good? Cells. I was talking about cells, and we was about to go into biology and into cells. Damn, I lost my train of thought. I was about to go in on y'all too. It's gonna come back. It's gonna come back. But yeah, what's good with y'all? It's an intermission. You said peppers. Yeah, I was looking at the peppers and I was looking at the flowers and I was saying that everything is a cell. Everything on earth is made up out of cells, of course. But I was going somewhere with that. But needless to say, when a cell begins to go against the equilibrium of its body, it becomes a cancer. And that's what human beings have become. We're consciousness going against itself. Simply put, we're consciousness going against itself. Because we're unaware. We're unaware. And guess what? When you're unaware of what you are, it makes you mentally underdeveloped. And what is mentally underdeveloped? Retarded. We literally have psychological, like a psychosis, a mental illness. 3 is free. 3 is free. And this is what y'all gotta understand. Oh, and that's what I was saying. Everything is made up out of cells. And I'm glad you said that, because 3 is free. We live inside of our own mind. Everything made up out of cells, and it's living inside of in its own body. You never seen the outside of your body, right? Oh, that's what I was saying. Everything is made up out of cells, but guess what? We're a different type of cells. We're a different type of cells. We're a different type of cells. What makes us different from the other cells on the planet, inside the body? What makes us different is that we're conscious, we're thinking cells, we're neuron cells, right? And neuron cells are dendrite cells. If you look at a dendrite cell, it looks just like a tree. It has a trunk, which represents the spine. It has a core, which represents the soma. And it has dendrites, or nerves, that grow outside of it. That's what human beings are. We have a spine, and the rest of our body is attached to a nervous system. And our head is our soma. And everything else is nerves, right? We're inside of our body. The trees are the hair of the body. The trees represent the nervous system of the body. The sun represents the mind of the body that we live in. We are all children of the sun, different pieces of the sun. The sun is the mind. We are all the sun. In astrology, everybody has a what? A sun sign, right? Everything, all the animals on the planet, everything, the trees, the plants, the animals, everything is connected to what? To the ground, to nature. You're not outside of anything. You're experiencing the inside of your mind. This is what the inside of your mind looks like. Wherever you are at right now, that's what the inside of your mind looks like. And let me remind you, the more melanin that you have, and the type and quality that you have, it's going to heighten your awareness of what's going on around you. Powerful. Go study your astrology. This is how you know whether or not you got a lot of melanin inside of your natal chart. First off, you want to look at signs and houses like Aquarius and Cancer. Now, Aquarius represent the collective consciousness. Humanity as a whole. Humanity was once brown. All humanity was once brown at one point in time. If you got Aquarius energy, you got melanin in your consciousness, in your nervous system. But depending on what house and what planet it's in, that's going to determine a lot. If you got Cancer energy, say if your Cancer represents roots, ancestral information, Akashic records, DNA. Black people are the heart of this shit. We are the root of humanity. So Cancer, or the 4th house, would be another sign or house to check out to see if about melanin in your natal chart. And then you want to go and check and just see if certain signs are in their rulership, if certain signs are in exaltation, if certain signs are in planets that's debilitated, or they are in a fall, or they're neutral. You want to know these things so that you understand reality, so that you're not out here thinking that there's something outside of you. Everything is you. It's just a reflection of you, showing you something about you. But guess what? We have been born as cancer cells. What makes human beings cancer cells? What makes us cancer cells is that we live out of tune with nature. But we live within the mind of the European, right? The European mentality lives against life. It lives against nature. It chops down trees. It's violent. It destroys things. You see, it steals, it kills, it destroys, it rapes, it pillages. We live within the mind of our oppressor. So this is what makes us cancer. And we portal into a reality where somebody put a diaper on your ass and put a bottle in your mouth and told you you're a human being, and told you that, here, your name is this. You're black. You're an African American. You live over here. You're not supposed to do this. This is misinformation. This is a program that makes you a cancer. Now you're up, out and about inside of the body, moving and playing out that misinformation that's destroying the body oh so subtly. People think that, oh, what I'm doing me. It don't affect nobody. If I ain't hurting nobody, it's cool. But what you fail to realize is that as cells living inside the body of God, when the neuron cells in your mind look at another cell perform a certain motor function or any motor function at that, it believes that you're doing it because the cells, they're ruled by the subconscious mind. They don't see separation. Separation is an illusion to a cell in your body. And it should be an illusion to you. And that's when you become conscious and have knowledge of self. But there's no separation. There's no separation reflection. That information, that European mentality, the part of you that want to go to work and go get money, the part of you that think that you got to go get a check, the part of you that think that you got to go do something and sell your soul and go against your nature to live or just to be, that's cancer. And that's consciousness going against itself. We got to reprogram our computers. We got to reboot our shit. What is reality? Reality is nothing but your mind's interpretation of the electrical signals that your astrological program is interpreting. That's it. Your mind is collecting electrical signals from your environment through your five senses. And depending upon your astrological program, that's going to give you your perception of reality. But reality doesn't exist. It's inside of your mind. It's an illusion. You don't even exist. You think that you exist because you can see your body and your hands, but even this is a figment of your mind's imagination. This is an illusion as well. This is subatomic particles. Life is not what you think it is. And that's the deception and the illusion within itself. Right? But you got to realize that it's been the information that your mother and her mother's mother and your father and his father's father has given to you from white supremacy that made you a cancer cell. Now, you might say, okay, well, you keep saying I'm a cancer cell. We are being cancers on the planet. What's the solution? Great, because divine beings have solutions. The solution is to reprogram your mind with divine and objective information. Correct information, factual information, information that can be experimented with and tested and come out the same over and over and time again after time again. That's what we got to base ourselves in. And until we base ourselves in that, then we will continue to live out as a cancer on this planet and go against ourselves, especially melanated beings. We the head of humanity. We just don't know it. We just been so ignorant and been in a slumber that, you feel me? Come on. But this is a beautiful time we're awakening to. You feel me? 3 is free. The King of Kings, the God of all gods is returning to the movie, to the main front of the movie, because life is a dream. This is a movie. You feel me? He's the main character. Christ is the main character, the dreamer. And this is what we all waking up to, y'all. So don't go against yourself. You feel me? Don't go against yourself. Don't be a cancer. Don't be a cancer. Kitty, you want to donate? If you would like to donate and make sure that Chief is eating and getting water where he's at in isolation, the Cash App is right here, or you can send gifts however you want to do it. But we appreciate you in advance and your love and your support. And to anybody else, you feel me? And if y'all found any value in what we was discussing today, man, feel free to like, tap, share the live, whatever. Feel me? But answer your question, yeah, Chief is good. Chief is good. Christ is doing well. Absolutely, kitty cat. What questions do you have? I didn't see him. I was talking. Excuse myself. My phone on 9%. Go ahead and retype one in there, and I want to answer some of your questions. You see, I mentioned psychosis 5 minutes ago. Yeah, I was just comparing that to the mental illness that we have, right? Mental illness is you basically being underdeveloped or mentally challenged. And that takes you into a pattern of thinking that makes you play out certain behaviors. You feel me? The misinformation that we've been running off of, thinking that we got to go to work and go to school and get degrees and all that. Yeah, that's part of the mental sickness and mental illness. The part of you that think that, oh, I gotta put on clothes, and you see somebody take off their shirt and you start getting ashamed and all that. That's like, nigga, that's nature. You see somebody walking around with shoes and you say that's weird. No, that's nature. It's that way of thinking that makes us go against ourselves. That's the psychosis. That's the mental illness. That's the mental challenge that humanity is up under. But it's oh so subtle. It's oh so subtle. So subtle. There has been programs and different types of information put in place in our lower self, like the Willie Lynch program, for us to hate ourselves. And that's what's going on. We're on a self-perpetuating orbit where self. Remember Kanye West said it. Self-hate is the new real estate. Nigga, self-hate. We're perpetuating self-hate on an all-time rate on a automatic orbit. Nobody's doing it to us. And that's why cheap teachers, and that's why everybody is saying reprogram the subconscious mind. Surround yourself around the right environment. Don't listen to everything. Don't eat everything. Don't drink everything. Don't consume everything. All information ain't good information, man. Especially if it's not leading you to the most pure and objective information, which is the 5 sciences. You feel me? Astrology, biology, quantum physics, melanin, and grounding. Into the understanding that there's nothing outside of you, that reality is being experienced inside of your mind, and that life is fractal. Just how you got cells inside of your body that look up to you as God, we are all cells on the planet Earth, which is the nucleus of a neuron cell inside the mind of God. We live inside a body. I don't know if y'all ever seen them little Mexican dolls, but I remember seeing this Mexican doll when I was younger. How it was like a body within 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 a body. We are cells within cells within a cell within a cell, infinitely. Infinitely. You can never be outside because you're always inside. Because life is all mental. All right, y'all. So reflect the life from the most honorable prophet. It leads you to Christ, man. Prayer is free. I love myself.